I had the strangest experience some weeks ago. A nice young girl told me about these evil red pillars and how evil they are, and I played dumb and asked, okay, never heard of that, so what is red pilling then? Well, and she told me, oh, it's those guys who use psycho tricks to get girls into the sack. She essentially thought that red pilling is a synonym for pickup artists. In other words, the left is not very aware of what things mean. But what does this red pilling mean? Well, the short answer is that red pilling is a decision for the hurtful and hot truth, while the blue pill is this cozy and comfortable lie. And the problem there is that there is not one single truth. But that's not a problem in this whole regards, because the approach to find the truth, that's key there. And the left, since the Marxists took over, are dominated by Hegel's philosophy that stated that truth comes from thought. So if you think that unicorns exist, well, they exist. And the reason that they don't exist is that there are a lot of people who think that they don't exist. So you just have to capture them and re-educate them or kill them in some concentration camps or something like that, and the problem is solved and you have unicorns walking the earth. The alternative to that is the idea that only things are real that you can observe. And if you can't observe them, well, they are not real, or they don't play a all too big role. With more and more people taking the so-called red pill, something strange happened. A lot of leftists started to get red-pilled because, more or less, all the assumption of the left regarding the import of the third world to Europe was not just not right, it was completely wrong, while the right was right. And nobody wants to stand off the side of liars and losers, so they changed team. So the same people who screamed around just 2 years ago how terrible these evil, bigoted, racist, cis, white males are, started all of a sudden to talk about ethno-states and the future of the white children. The problem there is that the Hegelian philosophy is still in their heads and enters so the realm of the skeptic center and even much more so the right wing. And you know me, I'm more concerned about the skeptic center, don't care all too much about the right wing. And I know, the center is boring and the center did mess up big time in the last, let's say, 20 or 30 years. I know that. I understand that. We became lazy, we became soft. And that's the reason the radicals are so much more interesting than we moderates in the middle, which means that we are leaning a bit to the left or a bit to the right, but not all too much. But jumping from one extreme into another, that kind of sucks. I mean, think about East Germany. They jumped from being a Nazi state to being one of the most dedicated communist states. And walk the same way. From one extreme to another, and yeah, it's part of German culture to jump between extremes. But I'm Austrian. We like it in the middle, we like it to be polite, but not mean it, and we like it to be not all too dedicated. I mean, damn it, we tried to conquer the world by marrying and came pretty far with that. The Germans, of course, tried it by force, and now they try it by weakness. You see, Austrian is in the end a bit like the Shire in Lord of the Rings. Not able to conquer the world, but pretty fighty if someone threatens our supply of good wine. And that's my mindset. The goal is an easy life and security and a good glass of wine in the evening. I just don't like extremes. Extremes suck, okay? The problem is, if you take the ideas and ideals of a SJW and take it away, he takes on a new one. But the guy that used to be a SJW is now alt-right or whatever, is in essence the same dude with the same behavior and the same stupid philosophy in his head. A mass migration from radical leftists to the right will end up with the same screeching and screaming bundles of nutheads that we have right now on the radical left, and then on the right wing, with me head shaking in the middle. The big meme war that is absolutely dominated by the right wing, and the outstanding success of Kyrgyzstan is a good example for that, might backfire if SJWs come over and do what they are used to do under just a new flag. That could upend terrible. It would be pretty important to point out by the movement, whatever movement it is, that this movement is on the side of facts, not on the side of the idea that you have to think about something to make it real. That this movement is willing and able to discuss anyone, and that the ultimate requirement for anybody who wants to be in this movement, on this side or whatever, is to be able and willing to discuss anyone based on facts. Not accepting anything and not tolerating everything, but equipped with the will and the ability to face and process and discuss facts.